You've come to beg on the door. Forgive me, Delilah, I just couldn't take anymore.
Welcome to the Bear Pit Pod. If you watch on YouTube, you will notice a little bit of a studio change. Mm-hmm. Fancy little table here, Cray?
Yeah.
You know, I thought I'd try and perk you up somehow.
Why do I look a little bit down?
I think we're both looking a little bit down. It's not going to be a very pleasant podcast, I don't think.
I feel like every video or podcast
that we put
we do for the Bear Pit is so pessimistic, and I don't know if I enjoy listening to it myself. Maybe people want to kind of dive into that negativity, because that's all we've got
at the minute
to revel in almost.
Maybe that's why people come. They just want to have someone to go through the sorrows with.
That's why after a game or relegation or a loss, I want to just kind of be around those that are as miserable as me.
Yeah.
So you can kind of
just wallow in the misery.
Wallow in it, yeah. That's what I was saying. Maybe that's what the purpose we can serve.
So wherever you're watching, listening, like the video now, or give it a review now before we get into it, because I feel like no one's going to do that after. So wherever you're watching, listening, go and make sure you do that. iTunes, YouTube, Acast, SoundCloud, wherever it is. Before this game, the starting 11 changed. Went into a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Johnson and Crouch came in.
Yeah.
Bauer was playing on the left wing.
Yeah, weird, but weirdly, because I did my preferred 11 video, didn't I? And I had the same formation, but I went with Campbell up front. I won't lie, I did really strongly consider going for 4-4-2 purely because we weren't scoring enough. Crouch scored the other day, and I thought, Crouch up front with a striker, we needed to roll the dice, attacking wise, because we just weren't scoring, were we? At all. And I completely understood the change of formation. They get it.
There was a quote pre-match which got me where it said, Lambert said, well, I've gone with talk because we need to win this. We need to score goals.
Yeah, as opposed to what the other games.
Have we not been trying to do that
I know.
For the past however many?
It was working. Well, it was working, wasn't it?
I was going to say we had a positive start. We were on top for a lot of the start.
Yeah.
I thought we looked bright. Shaqiri was really up for it. Mm-hmm. And there was one early decision. I don't know if you saw this being at the ground, but Juve made a challenge on Lennon. The ref gave a corner when it clearly came off Lennon. It literally baffled me, and I thought if they score from this, that'll just epitomise our luck at the minute and everything that's going on. But that was one thing early on, one of the main highlights that I thought, fuck me, like VAR or not, these decisions are just.
So what was this?
Sunday League. So Juice got back and tackled Aaron Lennon, but he's kicked it against Lennon. It's come off.
I do remember. Yeah, I remember the Boothman being a bit in uproar about a decision. I couldn't see it from the Sentinel. Is it a Sentinel anymore? Don't know.
No,
I couldn't see it from my stand. But you could detect from the emotions of the Boothman, it's probably the wrong decision. Not that we'd be biased or anything.
No.
There's enough people being.
I think everyone said that, Stoke fans or not, that it was a shocking decision. And not too long after that, Ndiaye got his first goal for the club.
The slide deflection is an amazing bit of skill in the edge of the box to turn the defender so tightly, and then it did take deflection, but the curve on that shot was insane. I saw it on the screen after from behind the goal,
like it was going wide. It was bent back in.
Amazing.
It did take a deflection, so we can't put it all down to him.
No, can't. But nonetheless, there was a good curve on it.
And I think it was another game where Ndiaye really ran the show.
Yeah, he did. Well. He did. He ran out of energy by the end, but
ran himself into the ground.
But the first half was. I'll start short of saying it was great because they had a few chances where Jack made some decent saves. But on the whole, I feel we should have been 2 goals up at half time. Good performance. I was very confident because I thought we beat Burnley. I really did. When I got to the ground, anyway, I thought, we're going to do it. I just felt there was something in it. And when we took the early lead, I thought, this is going to plan. We'll beat these. We'll take this fight into the next week, and it seemed to be going to plan.
I think it was not long after the Ndiaye incident was, of course, the 17th minute as well, and it was heartwarming to see the whole ground applauding for Ryan Shawcross, whose father passed away ahead of the Monday night game.
As well.
Yeah, suddenly.
It wasn't ill or anything. I think it's quite out of the blue.
You've got a friend who's quite close to Ryan. Or is it Ryan's brother that you know?
My brother knows Ryan's brother, and Ryan to a lesser extent quite well.
Okay.
And he actually told me about this before. I think it was out in the public, and it just sums Ryan up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Turned down compassionate leave. I think it was just over 24 hours before the West Ham game.
But I put it's a different career, football. I get that, but if one of my parents passed away suddenly, I wouldn't be in work the next day.
No.
Let alone the pressure cooker that is a Premier League game. and then further than that, a relegation battle and all the rest of it. I just think it was an amazing effort by Ryan, and he didn't do it versus West Ham. There was no big kind of public announcement of this, was it? He just kind of got on with it and stuff. And obviously, you know, the news has come out since.
Yeah, it's got.
I mean, he's already a legend. I don't know what kind of more I can give Ryan to show how appreciated he is at the club, but that was such a bold, brave decision, and you have to respect him for that.
Definitely,
he played well in both games.
Can't heap enough
really
praise
well
on him for it. If you know, no one had said anything, you'd never have known it'd have even affected him on Monday night.
Certainly off the West Ham game, he was great.
You wouldn't have known.
Yeah, he was great. And it was great, that round of applause in the 70th minute, and you know, chance of only one Ryan Shawcross. Yeah, legend.
Kath, his wife, also thanked everyone on Twitter later that day. Said how much it meant to him.
Yeah.
If you were watching the game, you wouldn't have even known again that I think he kept his professional head on, you know, and sort of zoned it out, and then, you know, probably had some sort of effect on him, like you said, how much it meant to him after the game. But again, absolute testament to the bloke, captain, leader, legend.
I hope we keep him next year. I hope. My heart says we will keep him.
We can pray.
My head is not sure.
We can pray. I mean, if Ryan's turned down moves in the past, if he's done that and played for the club, it shows how much the club means to him. So for me, I think if we go down, which it seems pretty likely now, I think he'll stay.
I think he will. I think he 31 now ish.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's still a great player, but he's certainly past his peak.
And it's not like he's got any England aspirations in the top league. He's never getting back in England. Anything like
he's
that.
always been unfairly shunned by England. So I can only assume he'll stay now and kind of push on. But yeah, hero, legend,
lead us back up. Then Ashley Barnes started being a bit of a dick as well. He pushed Bruno, shoved him in the back. They're chasing the ball down
on the left-hand
side.
From where you would have been. Miles away from where I was, but I heard a few people say he should have been sent. So I don't know what for, but I was joining in.
It wasn't a sending off, but it was definitely a yellow. Bruno's just literally blocked the path of the ball, which you're allowed to do, and Barnes has just shoved him.
Yeah.
Launched him onto the floor. Bruno stayed down, and it was a definite yellow card.
Yeah.
Deserved, and then I think Ashley Barnes deservedly got a bit of stick for the rest of the game for doing that.
Yeah.
And it's the third week in a row that we're saying this now, but not too long after that, Juve spurned this is the Juve section. Spurned an absolutely glorious chance.
Even before we get to that, do you remember the instant where he kind of, it's not one-on-one as such, but he had a lot of space, and the ball was fed to him. He had a lot of space to attack one defender, a lot of space in behind the defender, and a clever striker knocked the ball and launched it. Do you remember the little thing I'm on about?
Yeah.
And he completely balls it up and made it very easy for the Burnley defence to kind of mop up that situation. That was frustrating, very frustrating. And then
this chance, Emirates Brouwer goes marauding down the right.
Great ball.
Swings in a brilliant
perfect ball.
And I'm tempted to say any other striker at the club might puts that away.
As I said before, I never watched the replays for an unfortunate Stoke result because I've just not got the heart to. I imagine seen it a few times.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
What happened?
He was in two minds, whether to hit it first time or bring it down. And
how difficult was the first time hit?
I don't think it had been too difficult because it was on the bounce.
At the end of the day, he's a Premiership striker. He's on 50, 60 grand. I know people roll out that he's on X amount of weeks stuff.
Should have been put away. I mean, I think I'd have had a good chance of finishing that.
Yeah.
But he got in two minds, it seems, and he tried to bring it down, which would have been an even worse move because I think a defender would have caught up to him by then.
Yeah.
But he's tried to bring it, and he's just completely missed it. It's gone through his legs. And this is the third week in a row when we're lamenting the chances that Juve's missed. And I really don't think we should persist with him for any longer, if I'm being honest.
No, and this is what I've said on the podcast before. I'm going to say it again, broken record, Craig, which I am this season. But when you have Berahino has been a wally, we should have persisted with him. I just think we should have done. I think when Lambert come in, he should have just given him the games because we were desperate. We know what Juve can't do. We know what Berahino has done. And you know these like 3 games we've quoted, you know, Juve missed this, he did that. You're saying that Berahino in decent shape, if given the game time, he would have impacted in some capacity on one of these chances. I'm on about the Spurs chance, West Ham chances, and then the chance against Burnley yesterday. I just think the quality is there of Berahino when he plays. Yeah, he's been a dick, but we can sort that out in the summer.
Yeah,
you need to kind of get the quality on the pitch, and to a lesser extent, Hesse. I know it's easy to say in hindsight, and Juve gives us all for the club he always has. He seems like a decent bloke, and it would seem daft to, punish those that are actually giving it their all. But we're in a relegation fight, so I think we should have. I don't know. I don't know what I'm even trying to say. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's just frustrating. Hindsight's great, isn't it? I can say all this, but
we literally are at the stage where we've ran out of options. You've got Campbell, and that's about it. We've got Berrino rotting in the reserves which he, some say, and probably does deserve to be after the way things he's done. Hesse nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
We're on about tearing his contract up with PSG. So we've literally got nothing left. It is Campbell and Campbell, Crouch and Juve.
I plucked for Campbell in my first 11 preview thing, but
I don't think we've got anything to lose now, because I think we're nearly as good as down. We need a minor miracle.
Yeah,
I'd probably play Campbell. I think he might have taken that chance at the weekend if he was in the same situation. I think he probably volleys that home.
If nothing else, his confidence is there somewhere, because he's scoring a lot in the under 23. There's no pressure on him really, if that makes sense, because people generally appreciate he's a young player.
Well, this is the point I'm also going to come on to. So half time went in and Lambert ran on the pitch straight to Juve.
Yeah.
To sort of console him for his miss. I mean, and
should have gone off at half time.
Yeah, and he looked like a man who was completely shot of confidence.
I can't remember last time I've seen a player look as hollow as Juve did for the remainder of them 20-25 minutes in the first half. He stopped running. He didn't want the ball. He didn't want to be near the ball. You get the impression. I've done that in like Sunday League years ago. If I was having a shocker, you wouldn't know near the ball, would you? Please don't pass to me.
Hide away from it.
Hide. And he was completely hiding. I said to everyone around me, he has to go off at half time, because we're playing with 10 men now. And even if he does get the ball in a decent position, he's got no face, he can do anything. And I'm caught between this, not wanting to be too harsh on Juve, because he's been a reasonable servant to the club and he's a likeable guy, / he's on 50-60 grand a week. He should be putting these chances away. I dread to think the points he's potentially cost us. He's up there with Charlie Adam now for that. He is. I think when I look down the reasons we've gone down, I put recruitment, but the real nitty-gritty, Charlie Adam being a bit of a dickhead, and Juve's chances is the shining thing that's standing out for me this running now. Like you say, you've quoted 3 games where a decent striker gets us at least another point.
A couple of goals, yeah.
At least.
Well, they didn't. But yeah, he looks shot of confidence, and I can't plump for him to start next game.
I'm with you. We can't do any worse.
No, exactly. It's exactly that.
Can't do any worse.
But yeah, we came back out for the rest of the second half. Butland pulled off some more terrific saves. I think the one that sticks in my mind was Ward from the corner. Point blank range, quite quick reactions. It was quite close to him, but it was still a very good save.
Yeah.
There was obviously the one in the first half from the free kick.
That was a great save.
Save.
That was so in the corner. He did well to get across to that.
Absolutely brilliant. So Butland had a good game. And then another key point in the game, and this was a big talking point on Twitter as well, was we had a free kick on the edge of the box. And this was in Shaqiri territory. This is obviously you giving it to no one else on the pitch.
Yeah.
And Glenn Johnson just ran up and took it quickly and just passed it straight to their defenders.
Yeah.
And then that's it. It was gone. Shaq was furious, rightly so. Yeah. And I think that affected Shaq for the rest of the game. He had a tantrum that Johnson had done that. But what the hell was Johnson thinking?
I don't know.
How stupid have you got to be as a footballer? I can't see any. Even if that had gone to Allen, half the players were nowhere near the box. There was absolutely no advantage in doing that.
Yeah.
Not one. You've got to be brain dead as a footballer. Shaqiri, your best free kick taker in his range.
Yeah.
To take it away and take it away from him like that.
It was so dumb. I mean,
stupid.
At the time, I was kind of like, well, you never. If he'd pulled that off, it'd have been great and all that. But it just seemed dumb, and we never got going that half. And that was a brief moment to take the pressure off, have a chance, get the crowd going, slow things down. But yeah, you're right. If nothing else, slowed the play down when you 1-0 up. But it galvanised Burnley. I kind of felt they broke with that.
Yeah.
We were shite the second half.
Took the pressure off them.
We were awful.
And then we were just inviting pressure on for the rest of the game, really, and it was a case of backs to the wall after we were sparing chances to take the lead. Well, like we have in so many games, can't seem to protect the lead for the life of us, really. And then Johnson was brought off for Zuma. Zuma went right back, and then Bauer was brought off for Ireland. I'm not sure what Lambert's problem is with Bauer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's one of the better performers. He should be playing right back.
Yeah.
I don't know why when Johnson came off for Zuma to go right back instead of just putting Bauer into right back.
Yeah, I don't know.
It didn't make much sense. Maybe get Sobby on, or but Stephen Ireland came on. Ireland didn't actually play too badly when he came on.
Ireland looked really good. You can tell the quality of the player when he's got the ball. He's got acres, and every time Ireland had the ball, he just slowed down. He picked out a decent ball. He played really well. I don't know why he's been shunned so much since.
Well, they've had the previous, haven't they?
I know they're the previous, but under God, I can never pronounce his name. Man United, the temporary manager. What's it called?
What?
The temporary manager we had against Man United.
Eddie Nevetsky.
I can never say his name.
I think that's.
Well, it's not that hard when you say it. But Ireland was our best player that game.
Yeah, against Man United.
He barely had a whiff since that point.
Should have scored.
Yeah. He had a great chance at the end. But yeah, that's something weird.
But yeah, and Lambert came out actually after and said that I thought maybe Bauer's a bit knackered or something like that, but he actually came out and said that was tactical decision.
I don't know, I can't work that one out, to be honest.
I can't work that out.
Can't make it out.
There was a few strange decisions. And then obviously Burnley then get a cross whipped in. Jack makes an initial great save to tip it.
What's that great save? My initial thoughts when I saw that was it looked like a slight fluff by him, but
No, it was a good initial save, but he only got it against the bar, bounced back down, tried to turn around and parry it away as quick as he could.
Yeah.
But Bollins was there waiting to poke it in.
All I could see from where I was sat was it looked shy marking.
Oh yeah, there was 3 or 4 of them lining up at the back stick, just to nod home. And Jack did make the quick reaction save, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that was 1-1. I mean, we had a couple of chances late on. Shawcross had a glancing header from a corner that I thought was going to kick close, and that would have been lovely for Ryan to get a goal on the day as well. And then, as we said, the Ireland had a chance. It opened up for him, and he just glanced the outside of the post and went wide. I was gutting because we were literally in 2 circumstances again, so close yet so far.
I was so frustrated on the Ireland chances. I kept quoting this to people around me. When's the last time we scored a significant last-minute goal? That actually meant something. I think Ramadan scored last minute against West Brom, but actually meant like drew or won the game.
I think that is.
I can't remember for the life of me, but actually meant, because I think West Brom we were winning 2-1 anyway. But to change the kind of course of the game, I can't remember at all. The whole half was awful. A half has never gone as quick and as little has happened from a Stoke perspective as that half. Nothing happened. I looked at the clock and it was like 80 minutes. Like, what the hell? Where's it gone?
Yeah.
Did absolutely nothing. I don't know what happened at half time. I don't know what was said to the team.
But they literally died. There was nothing of none of the urgency, none of the pace, none of the desire.
I couldn't believe I was watching a massive relegation game for us. For those that went Bournemouth, it was identical to that. We had a great first half for Bournemouth, as we generally did against Burnley. Second half came
and surrender a
flat,
lead.
Absolutely flat as a pancake. I don't know what happened. Maybe the players not fit enough. Was Lambert asking too much from a limited squad in a fitness capacity? I don't have a clue, but it was shocking. It was awful. I can't believe in a relegation scrap. It was just flat. It was awful.
I know what you mean. I was watching it thinking there's literally no urgency. Like, where's the fucking want and need to get something?
We couldn't get out of the box, and it turned into kind of lump the ball forward, Crouch attempt to flick on, ultimately not win the flick on. They come out of it, repeat to the end of the game. It was so frustrating to watch. We weren't carving out chances, we weren't keeping hold of the ball, we didn't string 2 or 3 passes together for 45 minutes. It was such a meek, mild, pathetic surrender of the most important half of football in the season. I was just absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted and frustrated at the same time. I was in no rush to get away from the ground after the game because I was waiting on like a lift or whatever, and I just wandered around like a soulless, just thinking, well, that is it. And I said in my match day thing, which is going to go out later, even though I've said in the podcast, we're going to go down, we're done, I still retained a bit of hope deep down. I thought we might be able to do this. But yesterday was the day the hope went for me, and it felt like the relegation game yesterday. It felt like mathematically that was it.
Well, you could see that in the players afterwards as
well.
Yeah, everyone sat on the floor,
shagging onto the ground. It didn't feel as bad as the West Ham game, because I felt like the West Ham game was the. I don't know, that was the real hammer blow. But yesterday felt like the conclusion of the battle. No pun intended.
Best performance from the game though.
Broken record again, and Dai played well.
Alan did okay.
Alan played quite well. I think Butland made 2 or 3 great saves that would have kept us in it, I suppose.
I think it's easier to do the worst this week.
This is the thing. We keep saying, the worst is Juve.
Yeah.
Beyond Juve, I think we were solid enough generally. We keep saying this. You know, it's not like every game we come back saying he was shit. There's no one that was horrendous. It's just like...
I think Shaqiri had a quiet one.
You know what? As soon as I saw that 4-4-2 formation, I said to my dad,
Shaq's out wide.
Shaq will have a bad game.
Yeah.
He will be isolated. He won't be able to get the ball in the right position. And he did. He has to be in that number 10 position, facing the goal. When he's kind of like... He doesn't work on the wing. He's not strong enough or tall enough to kind of win possession or that top of the pitch, or even retain and keep possession. He needs the ball in space, and that's the centre of the pitch. It's obvious. I don't know why we persisted with him out wide for so long.
Loves the little number 10 role, doesn't
he? Does. That's the only time he gets a bit of space.
So, man of the match?
And I, comfortably.
Scored a goal. We now need to win all our remaining games, or at least draw one, win 2, and hope other results go our way. But that is nothing short of a miracle with the form we're in.
Yeah, I mean, we are very fortunate that I can only assume it's going to be a weakened Liverpool side.
Well, yeah, so we can take solace in the fact that last time they had Champions League games either side against Manchester City, they're quite a weak side, and up front it was Danny Ings and Dominic Solanke, which is by no means their 18.
No, and they put in a very, very poor performance.
And they drew 0-0, yeah. They
West
also
Brom
drew 2-2 at the weekend with West Brom.
Against bottom of the league, West Brom. It's a little bit of hope, isn't it? But it's almost irrelevant who we're playing, because we just can't play ourselves at the moment. I just can't see us. You never know. Although you do.
Are we down?
I think we are now.
I
think we are now. I'm going to keep, hoping and praying we can do something,
but you've accepted it.
I've accepted. We're going to be in the Championship next year.
I've accepted it too, and I think that we are. Unfortunately, I can't see us getting the results needed from these remaining games. Not with the way we're playing. We can't see out a win. We can't score enough goals.
So frustrating. I've got my Swansea ticket sat there, and I don't know what the plan is with that. If the game's irrelevant, that is a mission. That is a mission. It's like 80 quid on the train, so I don't know.
I think I'm going Palace.
Oh yeah.
To go and just...
That could be the relegation.
Give them the lap of honour that they...
That'll be fun, won't it? I just wanted to take... Because several games ago, I did assume, naturally, we were going to get relegated because it looked bleak. But I wanted us to at least take it to the last game. I wanted that excitement, that drive. It could be a great escape. It could be a great day, yeah. It could be amazing. But it doesn't look like they're even going to give the fans that, does it? I was really excited for the Swansea game because we've not had a game like that in the league for ages. It's like a cup final, mate. It's such exciting but nervy
something
day.
To play for.
Yeah. And I'm so annoyed and frustrated that's been deprived now. You're deprived just of that game, that excitement. I think we'll be down by Palace. After Palace, before Swansea.
Okay, that's when you think big on.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think it could be done by then.
What do the players do that lap of inverted commas on it? If we do go down after that game, I mean, who's going? Well,
it was bad enough last season, and we were still in the Premier League then.
Yeah, in 13th. Oh, what I'd take to be 13th.
I know. It's not worth thinking about.
Yeah.
One other point: if we do go down, which it looks like we may, Lambert out.
Last podcast, I said no, give him the start of next season, and I still believe that a little bit. But then I've started dissecting I keep forgetting we've had it since February.
Yeah, we've
the best part of half a season.
We've had him for a long time now. I've got a tweet here. A comment on the Facebook page when I asked for the thoughts and questions from the listeners, as I always do.
Yeah.
And Philip Clive said, "This is the league table when Lambert took over. How can anyone say that he has done a decent job?"
Yeah.
So we were on 23 games played, 20 points. So he's picked up 9 points in 12 games.
It's shite, isn't it?
It's not great, and he's had almost half a season.
It's true. I mean, I was probably burying my head in the sand a little bit, but the more I look at the stats and facts, he's done awful.
Yeah,
he's done awful.
He's not done great.
I mean, and look, from these games, big must-win sort of games, to roll out my favourite cliche, Brighton at home, Watford at home, Bournemouth away, Burnley at home, Everton at home, West Ham away. We've got 4 points. No wonder we're going down. And for the first time, I've really looked at these sort of stats and whatnot. So I don't know. I'm a bit more on the fence now because that is awful. There's no way to kind of dress that up. And, people say he's shored up the defence, and he has. We've not shipped as many goals. But deep down, worryingly, I think if we'd kept Hughes to the end of the season, I kind of think we may have scraped the odd more point. I'm not saying Hughes shouldn't have gone at all. He should have gone. But I don't think we'd be too much more worse off if Hughes had stayed. And I keep bemoaning the fact we should have gone for Martin O'Neill when we had the chance. Because I can't help but think Martin O'Neill felt a bit shunned when we went for Flores instead.
Flores, since this weekend, sacked by Espanyol.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hindsight, great, but we should have gone for Martin O'Neill. I feel so confident in saying we would have stayed up with Martin O'Neill.
Rowett, would he have kept it up?
I don't know. He's got a bit tits up at Derby, hasn't it, with Rowett, the wonder man of the moment. It's not exactly doing it there. Martin O'Neill tried testing Premiership.
Same with Derby every year. Let's hope we play them in April or March.
Yeah, they always collapse, don't they?
So for now, you're saying...
I don't know anymore. I don't know. I mean,
I think
who's out there? I'd like to. Who's out there?
That's the other thing. Do you take a risk on a Graham Potter who's so keen for a move to England?
I'd rather roll the dice with a tried and tested. They've been there, done that manager. I mean, who's available that's got a team out of the Championship? Ironically, Lambert has with Norwich.
Pulis if they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm half tempted. I need to sit down and have a look at the potential candidates before I make that call, as would the Coates family and all that. Obviously, they're not just going to sack him if there's no one decent to come in. But if there's a candidate that jumps out and you think, yeah, he's done it before, reasonable decent record and history, I think that'd be tempting.
Well, we won't know. We won't know if they're going to get rid of him or not.
I think he will stay. Whether I want him to is up for debate in my mind at the moment.
You never know, there might be some sort of clause in there. I mean, 2.5 year deal, but some of that might have been if he keeps us up.
Yeah.
You never know. On another note, Mark Hughes isn't going to a cup final, so we can take a bit of joy from that.
Slight solace from a shy weekend, yeah.
And it was also nice that I watched the PFA Player of the Year awards last night, and it was good to see that they had his name up on screen where they remember all the football people that passed away. And Johnny Tex was up there, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Bit of a cult hero at Stoke, but it was good to see him, remembered.
That was good. That was really good. I didn't know they'd done that till you told me, so I think hats off to the FA for that.
So let's get on to the viewers' questions, shall we? There was one that someone sent in. It was Alex, and he said, I have a non-football question, if that's fine. I said, go ahead.
Bring them on.
They said, what's the point in life if you don't get to live? I was like, that's pretty deep.
What's the point in life if you don't get to live? I mean, as in metaphorically live your life to the full, not literally live.
I've got no idea.
Well, nothing.
Yeah,
obviously, it's not worth it. Yeah,
it was a weird one. Jay Cole says, one for Craig to mull over, not me, thanks. What song would describe our season best?
Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now by the Smiths.
Decent.
Makes complete sense.
Northwoodian at Potter2207 says, why the fuck do all our managers insist on playing players out of position? We've needed a good right back for ages, finally get one, and this idiot plays in right wing and bloody left wing. Ludicrous.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it was obvious. And Ramadan left, Bauer right back.
And Nicole Holdcroft even adds a good point to that. How we played Johnson at right back at the weekend. Tom Edwards.
Yeah, he's
just
had
been
a
completely
real positive start.
He's
completely bombed out, so I don't know why. It's just obvious that Ramadan left, Bauer right back. Done. Doesn't need to be. I don't care. He seemed to like Johnson, doesn't he, Lambert? He's really brought him in from the cold. I wouldn't say his performances have required that he starts as regularly as done, but
you're gonna have to look at this one. It says Giles says, do you think Shaqiri looks like a young Brian Blessed? And yes, he very much does.
Yeah, he does. He does.
It's weird seeing Brian Blessed without a beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually going to be doing some work with Brian Blessed, so that's even stranger.
Take that too.
Harvey Todd says, I've known about Stoke since 2008 and I've started supporting the club in 2012. I got my first season ticket this season and renewed again for next season. What can I expect to be in a lower division? Because I've only ever experienced the Premier League.
Empty stadiums.
Highlights on Quest.
Where is the football list? Channel 5 now, isn't it?
No, not. Yeah, now it is. Next season it's on Quest.
What's Quest?
Exactly, just a weird Freeview channel. They're the people who've brought the highlights. Yeah.
All right, that's good to know. Well, yeah, all right, highlights on Quest then. I didn't know that channel existed. Stadium's been half empty. What else have we got?
Some decent away days if you go to the away days.
Yeah, we might get to stand on the odd terrace. I think Brentford have got one Burton if they stay up, which would be novel, I suppose.
I
mean, it's poorer quality football, obviously.
Yeah. Just I don't,
lack of media coverage will be.
I was going to say, don't expect to be seeing a lot of Stoke on the TV anymore, or getting the coverage that we used to. It'd be nice to. I was thinking about this the other day, and I think if we go down, it'd be nice to right all the wrongs.
Yeah.
Like off the pitch, on the pitch. I'd love
your crusade.
Yeah,
contactless payments. What you want?
Contactless payments, social media. I'd love them to start, just wipe it clean and start again. Do something innovative. When was the last time that we did something first, like before all other clubs, off the pitch?
Well, the free away day travel, I think, was innovative at the time.
Yeah, but some other people do that.
That goes, actually, I think, if you go down. Don't know.
When was the last time we did something innovative? Let us know in the comments, or someone tweets in. When was the last time we did something first off the pitch? Like we did that before anyone else.
God knows.
I'd like to see.
You'd like that, would you?
I'd like to see that.
And hopefully, to end that question on slight positive, maybe win some games.
Well, that's the other thing.
You hope.
Just done a few questions with Flav from Bull Street. I think you're doing them after, actually, on the possibility of relegation. But I said, and remember my theoretical situation that I said.
Yeah.
Was it last season, or I think it was last season?
Yeah.
When we had the delight of finishing 9th every year, and I said, finishing 9th every year, yeah, you're in the Premier League, but when you've got no cut runs and nothing really to celebrate, you're just in the never realm of the Premier League. I said I'd rather go down and have a season like Newcastle, come straight back up, and have all those winning matches to celebrate.
Yeah.
Celebrate winning something, you come straight back up. There isn't the it's a tough league, you might not come back up.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you did, I'd rather that.
It'd be amazing. I looked at Middlesbrough away to Derby the weekend. They won 2-1, I think it was.
Yep.
And I saw a clip of the Middlesbrough fans celebrate the win and the goals and stuff. And we've not had a game like that in 10 years.
That means something.
And we can go up. We can do. We're chasing the playoffs automatics. That's such a good feeling when you're kind of chasing something. And that's why I was referencing the. It's frustrating we're not going to take it to Swansea, because we've not had a game like that in so many years. But yeah, winning something, that feeling going into game knowing you're big favourites, you're one of the big boys in the league. That'll be good for that to come back. But that's only if we get it. There's nothing to say we might have a shy season next year.
Oh yeah, exactly. Rocky says, do you enjoy buffet style restaurants?
Absolutely love them.
Do you?
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
Why? Do you just fill your
Value
face?
for money.
Really?
Value for money, yeah.
See, I'm the other end of the spectrum. I can never finish a meal, so buffet style restaurants don't really.
Oh, I absolutely love them. Because I've got this weird thing that if I'm pigging out on crap food, it's almost there's like an annoyance that I'm not full from it. Because not only have I eaten shite food, but I'm still hungry.
See, I'd have to spend like 3 or 4 hours in there because my girlfriend laughs at me, but called me like a cow. I graze. So like, I can have a meal and I'll just keep picking at it every 20 minutes or so, and I'll finish a little more.
That's the beauty of it. Don't rush in a buffet. Take your time. Avoid fizzy drinks if you can, because it fills you up.
Yeah.
Stick to water.
Good tactic. I'd do anyway.
Don't rush. You can
Apart
be there
from
3-4 hours if you need to. Buffet Island in Newcastle.
Yeah, been there before.
Lovely place. Lovely establishment.
Florida Stokey. Hello, if you are actually in Florida. Any danger of Stoke doing a Sunderland or Bolton?
No, not for me.
You don't think so?
We've got too much. I feel that the Coates family, for the errors they may have made this year, I think we're too stable at boardroom level. I think there's too much money within Bet365 to let that happen.
I know what you mean. They're invested. I'm
Yeah.
sure they won't be happy with the Bet365 stadium playing in the Sky Bet Championship next year. I'm sure that Peter Coates is a fan and he wants to see us get back to the top as soon as possible. But being the penny pinching sods we know they are. Oh, there goes the TV screen. Being the penny pinching sods we know they are they gonna pump some money in? They're gonna have to pump a good.
I think they will.
Obviously, you can probably count the losses of Butland and Shaqiri bringing in money, and potentially Allen and whoever else.
Yeah.
So that's going to be some money coming in. Obviously, you get your first round of parachute payments.
I think we'll get the best part of 60.
Are they going to
for
pump it
Allen.
in?
Yeah, they'll pump.
Or are they going to try and do everything on the cheap as usual?
Nah, they'll pump enough in. I feel confident we're not going to have a Sunderland season. Whether we're going to have a promotion season, I don't know. The club seems a bit of a mess, but I mean, touch wood, but I don't think we'll do a Sunderland or Bolton.
Touch wood.
Bad sign, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got no wood.
Sunderland.
Touch. There we go. Vintage Edwards, Matthew, says, who'd be the better manager, Craig or Elliot? I'm going plump for myself.
I think we share similar beliefs. Just for the sake of the question, I'm going to say me.
So we're both
Just
arguing
to make
against
a bit
each
of a
other.
rivalry.
Yeah. Do you play Football Manager, or have you ever?
I've played it, yeah.
I used to play it a lot, and I've got an accomplishment that not many other people playing it have done.
God.
And I'm not sure this is because of the amount of time I spent playing on it and how sad I was at the time, or whether it was just because the testament to how good I was.
Yeah.
And I had a stadium named after me because I was the most successful manager, Hackney Park.
That is, yeah. To be fair, I mean, I'm rubbish on that game, always have been. So if we're going to go for anything, I assume you'd be the better manager.
Yeah, let's just say that. And this isn't being condescending towards you, but I think I'm better actually at playing football.
I'm not that great.
Yeah.
I'm not that great. But as we've seen time and time again, good players don't necessarily make good managers. Bobby Charlton,
that's true.
Good
That's
example
true.
of that.
It's definitely
Stanley
true.
Matthews. Was it Vale and Crewe, I think, and he didn't do anything
very
there.
well. Didn't do very
That's
well.
my response to that. Okay.
Good point.
Yeah.
This is a question that I think that you will like, because I know you love your music. Geordie of Suburbia says, perfect festival lineup. You get 4 warm-up acts and a headliner. Anyone dead or alive?
Oh, that's a great question.
I'll go first while you think about it, because I know you always need time.
Yeah.
Kanye, headlining, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Arctic Monkeys. And this is where I struggle now. The Killers. Then it would be Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
I think he'd put on a good show.
Right.
And lastly, Frank Ocean. I do love a bit of Frank Ocean.
My one would be, I mean, I'm struggling to give one of these the headliner slot because they're all amazing, but not in any necessarily, like in an order, but I think you just have the Beatles.
Yeah?
Dead or Alive,
Okay.
it just has to be
I
the
didn't really
Beatles.
go for any dead people, but
I'm going to have to.
Go ahead.
Because it's the Beatles.
I'm going to throw Justin Timberlake out and throw Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Because he put on a show.
Fair enough.
Hopefully he wouldn't touch anyone up.
I'd have the Beatles headlining because the Beatles, and then underneath them in no particular order, I'd have Smiths, Joy Division. Is it 5 we get?
You got 4 after your headliner, but yeah, 5 isn't it?
Okay, so yeah, Beatles headline, Smiths, Joy Division, Stone Roses, and Radiohead.
Okay.
That'll be a hell of a day. That'll be phenomenal. Yeah, good question. Like that.
Good question. On to the Facebook questions.
I like it when we ask like a non-football related question because it just takes your mind away
From what we're actually recording things about.
Yeah.
Chris Castle Boot says, any idea how many season tickets we sold in the early bird time frame? And then Peter Stoddart says, we're strangely quiet on that one.
Yeah, no. I mean, what do we do? We usually sell about 22, 23-ish, don't we? Something like that. I think, I don't have a clue. I mean, it's been 10 years. I don't recall how many we sold in the promotion season for context of what's normal for the Championship. At a guess, I reckon we'll sell 16 to 18.
16
At a guess, I don't have a clue, but yeah, the club have been very quiet on that, not surprisingly.
Tim Griff says, what's the recipe for cheese and bacon oatcakes, and are they best grilled or microwaved?
What's the recipe for them?
Yeah, I don't know what he means by that.
Cheese and bacon, and then an oatcake, a plum four, and then put it on the grill. Have we missed something there?
I'm not sure if that's a joke that we're not aware of, or...
I mean, what you've said is it.
God knows. There is a lot of questions from people such as Sean Stubbs, Kieran Downs, Ian John Mallon that I feel we've covered already, so we won't go into those. Liam Walker says, if an orange was green, would it still be called an orange?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna say yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Martin Eagles says Lambert looks out of his depth. A fresh approach needed for next season.
Yeah, I'm contemplating that now.
Yeah,
I'm
a lot of
contemplating
people are. I feel like we've done a question that Liam Beardmore asks of what players we're going to lose in the summer. Obviously, your Biggins, your Shaq.
Shaq, Allen, Butland, definitely.
Allen. Ndai, if he's got
maybe.
clause.
Bauer, maybe.
Hopefully Bauer can stay
Ryan,
on.
maybe, but hopefully not.
And then we lose, obviously, everyone who's on loan. They'd all be gone.
Yeah.
Chupo's still on contract. Can't see him going anywhere.
Wash out of a season. I'm annoyed actually because the
Charlie
start of the season I
Adam.
was bigging him up. You know what? This is definitely going to get stick. I think Charlie Adam will do a job in the Championship for us. Do you think you're coming from slightly? I think he's got that.
To be honest, I'd rather fuck him off altogether.
I know you don't like Charlie Adam. I've always been quite kind to him in general. I know he's completely balls up this season, but I think he would do a job in the Championship for us. I think he's got enough nous to fight and battle in that league, and I think he's got a bit of quality that will complement that fight.
I don't want to see him anywhere near the club, if I'm honest. Wyatt Hunt asked a good question, though. Obviously, next season we have Bojan coming back. Will he play for us if we go down?
I don't know. Can you imagine Bojan in the
Championship?
From where he
fucking
started.
Tear it up in there, though.
I don't know. That's a question I've been kind of thinking a lot.
And Mbula.
I don't know. I've been very intrigued to see Bojan down there. This is a point I've been thinking all day. This is probably my biggest frustration with Lambert now I've really thought about it. Why on earth did he not record Bojan, Mbula and Muniz at the start of his tenure?
I'm not sure.
All three, or certainly Bojan and Mbula, we know had fallen out with Hughes. Fresh manager, fresh start. Wipe the slate clean.
I think that decision might have rested with Scholes. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's just.
But Bojan wanted to come back.
It's just insane. I said it last pod, didn't I? I think it's absolutely insane. That we know how good Mbula can be. We know how good Bojan can be. We know how stable and consistent Muniz can be. Why we won't bring these three players back just to beef out the squad and give us options? Even Bojan up front a little bit, or Mbula when we're struggling. It's. I don't know whose fault it was, be it Cartwright's or Lambert's, but that was a real fuck up, I think. A real 100%. Fuck up.
Obviously, massive fuck up because Bojan puts away that chance that Juve had at the weekend.
Of course he does.
He's up top. Yeah,
of course he does.
He scored exactly the same goal against Arsenal.
Yeah, of course he does.
From a Johnny Walters cross.
It's so infuriating. I mean, he's a midfielder generally, but we've seen him play as a striker.
We're playing him as false nine.
And look how desperate we are for strikers. And we've got someone on loan in Spain.
That's not even playing because they don't want to pay anymore, really.
It's absolute balls up that,
massive
decision that one to bring them back.
Lastly, we'll end it on something that isn't related to football because it's just getting us down. What's your fave takeaway? Says Owen Bloor.
It changes quite frequently, but fish and chips is the king.
A takeaway, fish and chips.
But yeah, it is. You take it away. Generally.
What if you takeaways in if you sat at home and you're ordering, you're ringing Domino's.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've grown quite fond of a place called Motu India near me on Deliveroo, and they do this mixed grill, and it comes and it's got
mixed grill takeaway. Wow,
it comes
21st century.
With wings, chicken tikka, a lamb sheesh, and some paneer, cheese.
Is it a chain?
I don't think so. It might be, but it's bloody good. They do these peri-peri chips with spicy ketchup. They can give you a cider or something if you want as well.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I've never heard of a mixed grill takeaway. In the future, that's amazing.
It's an Indian mixed grill.
Yeah,
it specialises in curries and that, but that is the one to have from there.
That is good.
A more positive note than the football. But next up, Saturday 12:30 kickoff. It's Liverpool away.
Perfect.
Just what we needed.
What we're after, weren't we? It's I don't know, a point. At best is a point. I mean, if we scramble a win there. Unbelievable, mind blown, but realistically, if I was Lambert, I think I've got to go for a point. I'd revert back to the wing-back formation because I think defensively it looked a lot more solid and just try and defend for that point. That's ridiculous because that might not be enough. Who've Swansea got? In fact, I think the Swansea game is more important than ours. I think they've got Chelsea at home.
Yeah, they've got some difficult games.
That is literally more important than our result, as daft as that sounds. Because I think if Swansea get any more than 2 points from their remaining 4, we're screwed.
We are anyway. Chelsea late kick-off, Bournemouth away, Southampton at home.
They got a game in hand, haven't they?
No, they've got 4 games.
Who's the game in hand? Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like.
And that's at home?
Bournemouth away.
You never know. So basically, long and short of it, we need to be within 2 points of Swansea come our game. So across Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home, and what was the one? Southampton?
At home.
They can't get any more than 2 points. If they do, I think we're down. Yeah, they can't get any more than 2 points across them 3 games. Chelsea, you'd like to think they'd lose. Bournemouth away, difficult point. Southampton at home, we need that to be a draw because of Southampton being down there. Maybe we might be able to do something then. But it's all about Swansea now, which is ridiculous, isn't it?
There you go. All on Swansea. But Liverpool at the weekend, like we said, it's Champions League semi-final, either side for them. Roma. Obviously, this is all they've got to play for now. The league, they're not going to drop out of the top 4.
Is that mathematical?
I think it's basically mathematical.
It's frustrating they didn't beat West Brom, actually, just to confirm that.
Let's double check.
I mean, is there a preferable result we want?
So they'd have to drop for Chelsea to come into the come and overtake them, so to say. They'd have to drop 8 points.
Okay, so they're pretty much there. I think a tight 1-0.
Chelsea have got a game in hand though.
A tight 1-0 win against Roma is what I'd want them to do.
So they have to put extra.
They've really got to.
Yeah, we don't want 7-0.
Yeah, if they batter them, that'll be really frustrating. But that's what we want.
And then hopefully they do exactly what they did against Everton. And let's have a look at that exact lineup, because I know that they had Ings and Solanke up top. Let's have a look, see what the rest of the team was like. So it was, if we can fucking get to the lineups. So they had Karius in goal, Klein, who I think that was his first game back in a long time, Lovren, Van Dijk, Klavan, Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, Ings, Solanke and Mane. It's still a strong list.
Of course it is, yeah. It's
But
going to take...
Klavan in there, Klein came back. Obviously Ings scored at the weekend.
Yeah.
He came back into the side. But the bench was pretty weak. Firmino, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Mignolet, Jones, Masterson, Camacho and Alexander-Arnold.
I mean, it's going to take an absolutely massive effort.
they rested,
even with that squad, to get a draw.
Rested Salah, basically. He just wasn't in the squad. We can hope. We can pray, because basically we do need a miracle for any chance of staying in the Premier League. A win is what we need. We could maybe look it out with a draw and 2 wins in the other games if results go away elsewhere, but it's desperate times call for desperate
It's a miracle.
A minor miracle. You'll hear next week if we've performed a miracle or not on the Bear Pit podcast.
So what?
They'll hear
I thought you
next
said
week.
you're here, as in me. I thought, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, you'll be here. I fucking hope you'll be here.
Yeah, no, I'll be here.
If you are listening, if you are still here, if you've not topped yourself because it was that depressing, do drop a like, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review.
Just a quick one as well. We can't be mathematically relegated this weekend, can we?
I don't think so.
can
If
just-
West Brom is still there, then
Okay, so we can scrape through to Palace,
yeah,
regardless.
we can keep up the pain and misery even further, Craig.
Yeah.
But that has been the Bear Pit Pod. Go give us a like. Go leave us a review if you want to. About how miserable it was, but make sure it was 5 stars on Acast, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, wherever it is. And we will see you next week when we know if the miracle's on, the Great Escape's on.
Yeah.
See you later.